G'day and welcome to Down the Shed with Byron, and I'd like to welcome you to our channel. Now, over the last month we've picked up a fair few subscribers. I think it's roughly about 300, maybe 400 new subscribers, and I'd like to welcome you to the channel and thank you for following us. Now, if you're a long time viewer, again, thanks to you guys as well. So I thought it's only worth doing a bit of a shed update on all the bloody projects I've got on the go. Anything from the Calais to the Patrol and then to the Demolition Derby cars. Now, if you're new to the channel, my channel, I originally started it off / kicked it off, is more of a how-to videos to help people out with odd jobs on what I do around the shed. Now, we also started a bit of a build series on the old GQ Patrol, which I've learnt is difficult with children and time and family and odd jobs and helping mates. And then I got this silly bug for Demolition Derby, which is absolutely awesome fun, and it's a cheap motorsport. And once you get into it, I can't explain the thrill and the high I get out of that. It is so bloody awesome to do. I've finished second a couple of times now. I've got the Mad Dog Award for most damage, which I'm pretty proud about. I don't know, what do you reckon, winning or Mad Dog? But yeah, I built a few cars for mates and they've had an absolute ball, even my old man. So Safety Grandpa, he was nearly 74 when he done his first Demolition Derby and he had an absolute ball. Good on you, mate. Right, I'll show you around some of the vehicles I've got and a bit of a story and what I'm doing with them and the projects that are in the future to happen. So I'll start with what really kicked it off, which was my old GQ Patrol. Now, I originally was looking up YouTube and how to turbo the old girl, what to do, all the tips and tricks, and there wasn't really much out there except for what people have done. So I thought, let's kick it off from there. So if you ever look back at my very first videos, they're a little bit clunky. And then we got stuck into the old GQ Patrol that we got off my mate Matty. Good on you, mate. And we kicked that off as a bit of a family project. Now, this old girl used to look something like that until they blew the engine up and it got parked up for about 10 years. So at the moment, it's got a $500 special that we found in the back corner of someone's shed, TD42. So I think we were pretty lucky finding that. Then we had dramas with the fuel pump, which I've done a video on replacing a fuel pump on one of these. Then we've gone through, put standard suspension back in it, all new bushes. We've taken the 2-inch body lift out. And then what else have we done? We've done all the brakes. All the brakes are brand new, but I've got to do a Soul Hub video on it. We've got a bit of a stereo to fit, the sound deadening to put in, bit of spray paint, and that is for tightening up the bumper bars. We're going to clean them up so they look nice. I had Safety Grandpa around the other day and he gave us a hand to just throw a couple of welds on these doors just to tidy them up. Yeah, so we'll put that sound deadening in the doors, strip the interior out, clean the floors up, put some sound deadening through there, and hopefully that tidies it up. I still need to find some original door cards for it because the ones I've got are a bit how you go. So these are the ones we saved out of a wreck I had ages ago. So they've been painted black and they've put little tweeter speaker holes in it. And anyway, I want to get some original ones to put on the front, but for now we'll just clip them on so it makes it tidy. But it's pretty much a rust-ish free GQ, which is pretty rare, except we do have, oh jeepers, it's actually got a bit worse. So I better get onto that. Bit of a rust spot there on the roof. I think we've got a couple of other little spots around the place. But again, we'll get into that one when I can. I've been working on my old GQ Patrol, which has had intercooler, turbo, a bit of suspension work done. Gave it a service not long ago and found a few faults with it. So I'm going to sort them out in the next couple of weeks and maybe just do a couple of quick how-to videos on the old GQ Patrol. I love this old girl. She's a tough old rig. Unfortunately, a bit of cancer down the back there. I need to sort out the handbrake, a couple of sway bar links, nothing major, and probably paint that intercooler scoop. Sticks out like bloody dog's balls. All right, well, got a couple of Commodores. My mate Gavin gave us this one here, which has got a little bit of an engine knock, rattly noise. And then we picked this one up off a couple of friends, and I'm trying to make a video just to help people out on, you know, taking your car over the pits. A couple of little things that, not just the basics sort of things that you need to do before taking your vehicle over the pits to get it licensed. So I got to do a few more videos on that, and I've got a couple of how-to videos on the Commodore to do. So I think this will be not a bad rig once it's up and going. Then the old Calais. Now we swapped this with the mother-in-law's old Mazda 6 that we had. Now this had a bottom end knock. I'll see if I can throw the video up. Righto, start it up. Yep, so you can turn it off now. Thanks, mate. But the big fella and I got stuck into this as a bit of a project together. Swapped the engine out, and then we've continued just trying to tidy it up and fix it. Now, Safety Grandpa has fallen in love with it and wants to give my old VR Calais back to me that I've had for, I think, 18, 19 years now. And he wants to take this off our hands. Now, I don't want to give this to me dad without making sure it's all hunky-dory and sweet. Now, I went through and sorted out the dash. That was a bit how you going, put another clear visor over that. Then fixed the sunglass holding section that, I don't know if you guys have in South Australia, but there's a wreckers there called You Pull It. Awesome, I love that place. I enjoy going there, but I was able to score the part where you, bloody kids, look at that. Score one of these. So we're able to throw that back in for dad. I've got to go sort out the dash. I just glued that and plastic welded it for now. But I've got to pull all this out and replace that. Now, the biggest drama I've had is I gave it some love, and what does it go and do on me? The central locking plays up. So took the family away for the wife's birthday. Happy birthday, babe. And next minute, the passenger side lock, what does it decide to do? It stays down. So when you try and unlock it, even by manually trying to pull it out, it just won't come up. So now I need to work out how to pull that door trim off, because I had the same problem on the white sedan there, where they've already pulled the door trim off. I don't want to pull the door trim off. There's got to be another way we can sort this out. So my mate James gave me a old Statesman, which I'll show you down the back, which I'll use as a donor car slash a bit of a practice car to work on, and see if I can make a video to help anyone else out that ever comes past or across this fault. Now just a quick one on the VY wagon that my mate Gavin gave us. I'll do a quick start up. So the idea of this video was I was going to pull the engine out, do a bit of a rebuild. I don't know, is it worth rebuilding one of these Ecotechs or just buying another one off someone? So I'll just start it up and show you the little rattle it's got. So it does sound top end, or in that valley there somewhere. But when you first start it up, you do hear a knock initially, which sounds like bottom end to me, or possibly a conrod. Now Gav did say he gave it a service a little bit ago, and he may have put the wrong oil in. So that could be the fault with that one. So that's going to come after the sedan. I'll sort that one out. But what's happening down the shed at the moment? Well, the wife's car. I gave that Mazda CX-7 a bit of love. And what happens? You replace all the lights on this side because they weren't working. Next minute, that one goes. We've got a Mitsubishi Magna here, which has got a fuel problem. Well, it's got a few more problems than that, but this is going to be a demolition derby car for my mate Daz from Dazzas Tips and Adventures. So we need to get that running, which I've got an idea for that one. It may come from a few scrap cars down here. So we might be able to pull a fuel tank out of one of those and make it work in that. But it'd be nice to make one of those jerry can fuel tank systems. So my mate Hayden and the boys over east, Jeffro and all that, they've given me a heap of tips of what to do or how to make one of those jerry can holders, fuel tanks. So I might look into that as soon as I can. Now I've also been working away at my mate's XC panel van. So Phil from Aussie Garage hit me up ages ago about helping him out with some suspension and brakes and that on his panel van. And I finally got around to it. So Phil, Dan, we got there. But I've got a favour from those guys to hit them up later about. So hopefully they can help us out. But I'll upload that video probably after this one, / maybe a week later. But otherwise, that's basically just hanging out, doing some suspension and brakes on an old XC panel van. Now, to our classics that we've got, besides the one up in the garage and the one in the shed, the HJ Ute. Well, we tried starting it the other day just for shits and giggles, but it didn't happen. This is the project that we did buy from DJ. Well, DJ found it, we brought it, and we've started doing a video on it, but I don't really want to release any videos on it yet because I've learnt from, it's up there somewhere, the old Debuild Rebuild. I want to make at least, I don't know, 5 or 6 videos before I release the first one, so I can consistently keep videos updated for you guys. And also funds. I need to raise some pocket money for that one. That's going to need a bit of a bit of love. Anyway, that'll be cool. The old HT Ute. Now, the Barra. Well, the burnout car, the BA Falcon. This is going to be given, well, I've offered it to my mate Matty for him and his boy to build together into a burnout car. Now, to me, that's more valuable than trying to make a couple of bucks off that old Falcon. So they're coming to pick that up tomorrow. I'll try and put a quick snippet of what the expression on his boy's face is, because as far as I know, he doesn't know about it. So that's pretty cool. Now, I'll give you a run around the demo derby cars. Oh yeah, boy. The Minions. Is that Kevin? And that one's Stuart? Or Stuart and Kevin, I can't remember. I'll have to ask the kids again. Well, it's seen better days. So I got 2nd place in this, ran out of fuel. Got most damage, which I was pretty stoked about, which was pretty cool. And I think most of this carnage here was where I hit old mate when he went up the barrel. So if you haven't seen this video of the Demolition Derby at the Perth Motorplex, jump on, have a quick gander. It was pretty cool. Now these spare tyres are here they're a lower profile, so they fit inside here, because at the moment, let's see if you can see on this side, I haven't got much clearance around that tyre. So with a lower profile and a bit of a massage around the edges, she should be good to go again. I'll quickly show you Grandpa's car. So Grandpa was trying to look back, but he couldn't turn, couldn't see. So the back end of this is pretty mint. Well, actually, I think I hit there. So he was driving around Fords the whole time, running into everyone. And then he ended up with a flat tyre. So I need to sort out some tyres for the front of this. But these are pretty much good to go. I've got a battery in that one. Let's connect it and see if he starts again. Righto. Now the neighbours, as much as I love them, I've been trying to make this video. They've been chainsawing, motorbiking. I reckon I should start this up and send it to the moon. Let's see what happens. Oh, get stuffed. That. Okay. Oh, still runs. Sweet. Good to send again. A couple more bottles of confidence and we'll take for a rally bash around the backyard, I reckon. Light the bonfire up. Now, to me mate James, thanks very much mate for this project car, which we're more than likely going to build into a paddock basher and send it out to my mate DJ's farm. So if you haven't seen DJ, he's automotive carnage. We caught up with him the other weekend and gave him a hand with a few projects he's got on the go. And here we have a good old WH Stato. Now, James used this purely as his workhorse, and I got to give it to him. He kept the maintenance up on it pretty well. Now, I ended up putting brand new suspension through this thing, which we're going to donate to the Calais. And yeah, it's seen better days, but it's got 400 and something thousand kilometers on it and still runs like a charm. So that's going to be our paddock basher for out at DJ's possibly, and I'll use that as my project's sort of experiment car before I go pulling that door apart on the Calais. So I'll practice on that one, so then that way I can make a video and she'll be right. Now, next project, I've been hit up by Max Performance Parts. They want to send me a turbo, but it's a bit hard when you say, I want a turbo for a TD 27, old Navara D21. Just give us a kit, mate, and yeah, I'll fit it. No, they don't have any idea what it is. So how can you go using their product if they're not sure what it is either? But I'm going to try and hook up with them. Now, DJ may be able to help us out with a manifold, and we might be able to make something, but this is our old bunky D21 ute, which I just replaced the door handles on. And, oh, I was going to say it didn't work then. And I also put some thumper speakers into here, which I'll put a deck into it later. But this is just our old bunkie we brought for a carton of beer to drive around the yard, tidy up things and bits and pieces. Now, if we can get a turbo kit for this, I reckon that'd be pretty cool. But I'd make the big fella fit it. Now, if you haven't met the big fella, that's me boy. He's as big as his old man, and he's only bloody 14. 13. Demolition Derby cars, they were ones I accidentally built, large cars. My bad. Remember that, Daz? Remember that Christmas week? There's Demolition Derby over in South Australia. There's 3 of them, and they're large car demolition derbies. So I'm thinking about doing another Nullarbor trip, which I reckon would be pretty cool. It's a long way to go for a demolition derby, but I've got to try and make it worth it, or see if there's anyone out there who'd like to sponsor us fuel or accommodation and food again. And then I've got one last project, little Mitsubishi Lancer that's done a transmission, I presume. That one's that's way down the list at the moment. So yeah, I'll catch up with Matty tomorrow. I'll try and make that video for the BA Falcon, throw that in there, and I'll try and hurry up and make as many videos as we can on this old ute, so we can hurry up and get that up on the tube for you. Again, a massive thanks to everyone that has subscribed to the channel and supported us. Legends. What else there to say? I'm nearly out of beer and it's time to go. Take it easy and I'll see you when I'm looking at you. So Zach and Maddie have rocked up. I'm not sure if Zach knows about this yet, but yeah, again, that's the little prize he's going to be getting. Let's go see his expression on his face. Yeah. Maddie, how you going, Maddie?
Good, mate. Yep. Yourself?
Have you told Zacko of what's going on here yet?
Not yet.
Righto,
Shall we go
Zach.
find out?
Come on, Zach. Come have a look what we've got for you. A HJ Ute. What do you reckon?
No good.
Is that it? Nah, mate. Hey, we got you this.
How about we twin?
The almighty BA Falcon Barra. What would you like to do with it?
Fuck knows yet.
Kick up?
Yeah, probably.
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Now, it's needs a bit of work, mate, but with your capability and Dad, should be able to sort it out, eh?
Yeah, maybe.
Sure. Seriously. That's what we're here to pick up, mate. Have a look.
Now, it doesn't start because the ignition's buggered, but we might be able to hotwire it. Now, I've got a heap of stockies over there if Dad wants them, so we can throw them in the boot as well. I've got a heap of brand new tyres somewhere, I think in that car, if you want them as well, but for the meantime, grab it and see if you can get it running. So we've just thrown a battery in it. Got to get another earth terminal. Matty's bush mechanicking, working how to get it started out the back. I love having bush wreck cars. I mean, scrap cars. So we'll be able to grab the earth terminal off this and make that work. Oh, so what do you need? Another wire? Motorbikes out, we've got the barrow out. What do you reckon, mate? It's good?
Yeah.
How good's Dad, eh? He just gets that started up, no dramas.
He's done it too many times, that's for sure.
We better not take him to the bloody car park. Yeah, boy, look at the smile on the face. Righto, Zacko, mate. I hope you enjoy it. And if there's a burnout meet on that we can come with you, let us know.
Will do.
All right, sick. And Matty, have a good one, mate.
Dirty thumbs up.
Yeah, good father-son project. Righto. See you later.
See ya.
See you when we're looking at you.